You are listening to the Wild Man Podcast.
Love from deathcore and the grind scenes both, so like whatever.
Dude, that's what's up. Like so yeah, freaking Mysteryxmeat, introduce yourselves and tell us what you guys do in the band.
We are Mysteryxmeat from Houston, Texas. We are a groovy gore grind band, which is basically porno grind.
Can't say that.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Oh
This
yeah.
guy does vocals.
My name's Clint, vocalist.
Austin, do guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, drummer.
Oh yeah. You guys, thank you for coming to this podcast. Welcome to the Wild Men Podcast. We got so much to discuss with you. So freaking what started this project? What was like kind of the inspiration behind it? You know, and kind of tell us like a little bit more about like, your guys' background and why did you pick grooving gore noise, gore grind?
Basically, he like swiped right on my grinder profile.
Oh, okay, I see.
No, I literally posted a status on Facebook that said, "Who wants to make a porno grind band?" And then all of a sudden, Clint was in the comments and Manny was in the comments, and then we started working on stuff immediately.
Dude,
Well,
what's up, Mr. Sarmiento?
Oh, here we go. Hey.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Speak of the devil.
No,
He fell here. What's up, man?
Hey, everything okay, man? What's up?
Hey, Manny, what do you do in the band?
I play the bass.
Oh, sick. Freaking, you got the fundamentals right here. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it started out by social media pretty much. And once you guys went from there, like, tell us about, like, kind of the first batch of songs you wrote. What was the inspiration behind that? And sort of, like, what kind of sound were you guys going for? What was the artistic vision, you know? What was the artistic vision for your gore noise band?
My whole thing is to keep it very simple and groovy. Like, it is dumbed down, very simple, but just want to bop heads. I literally wrote the whole first album in probably 2 days, just sitting in bed on my laptop, just.
There you go.
And it was then, probably 2 weeks later, we started working on music, and
Yeah, you had me come through and just like spit vocals over it, and then
all the vocals were done
like 2 days.
2 days, one take, pretty much.
And there you go. Hey, what's your vocal chain that you're running, Clint? So like for this project.
Wait, what?
What was your vocal chain? Like, what are you running your vocals through?
I mean,
for this?
Live, I just plug straight in. I don't have any effects on my voice.
Oh, you don't use any pitch shifters or nothing.
What we did on the album, I think we might have pitch shifted some stuff a little bit with like in the DAW.
It was just like background stuff mostly.
But
like,
most of it is like not raw vocals, but I mean,
it's pretty damn close.
What'd you put
vocals.
on me? Like just some reverb or something?
EQ basically and compression, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The basic stuff. That's crazy. Yeah, because I know gore noise usually they like to throw in the effects a lot with the vocals, you know, and that's pretty cool.
I just bought. Speaking of, I haven't even opened it all the way yet. I got a Digitech GX400, the vocal processor. So like,
yeah. I know we get that low shit, dude. That freaking low
Well,
ass.
I want to incorporate some like pitch shifted stuff in the future, like on our next EP maybe or anything. But like, I don't know. The first album, kind of wanted to do it bare bones, no really effects. I can do live.
I mean, you did the what is it, the wobble box? That's an effect.
Well, I mean, it's not an effect. It's just
what is the wobble box?
just doing your or you're doing a brie or whatever, you know.
Hey man, whatever works, man. Whatever gets it done.
And it's like the same stuff that like Crepitation does. There's a couple of bands that use the wobble box. Like,
I think Crepitation. Yeah,
Crepition's done some stuff like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, so you guys got that stuff written pretty quickly, and then what were the first batch of shows like for you guys?
Oh, dude, like our first show, we opened for Goodalax. We were the local.
Oh, sick, dude. That's so sick.
Like Goodalax. So
that's dope, man. What was that like?
Shout out Deflowered from Dallas.
The boys.
Yeah, the boys. Deflowered.
It was so much fun that I decided to stick around because initially I thought this was going to just be like a one-off. I had worked with Manny before. He was my bassist. I was his drummer in Envy the Dead, which was more like progressive, technical death metal. And I came to a place where I wasn't with a group, hadn't been for a while. I had gotten back in school, started a new career and everything. And more opportunity for music opened up. And then Manny hit me up because the three of them were together and working and writing. And it was Lord Marco who they commissioned to do the drum tracks on the first album there. But then Manny hit me up. He's like, hey, so we need someone to try to pull this off live, and I did my best to approximate fucking Lord Marco.
Lord Marco's freaking. Good luck with that. Yeah.
I did my best to approximate that shit, but it was honestly the most fun that I've had on stage, and just the most like joy, and being able to, like Austin said, it's not cerebral, it's visceral. It's meant to make you shake and move and feel something and feel excited and energized, and that's what I felt with that first show there. So I'm very grateful to have stuck around and caught the bug, because
I know.
Super grateful to have the opportunity to continue to play with them.
I was like, Guttalax is like, that's pretty legendary for a first show,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, possibly like what are some other cool like so I listen to mostly slam, but I know like Gornoi's, Mints, Porno Grind, it's its own subgenre, it's got its own subculture, its own history. So like what are some things you guys would recommend for someone just getting into this genre?
Dude, like
if they were start supporting it.
The Pioneers, Cock and Ball Torture, CBT, like they started Groovy Gore Grind, which is basically porno grind, and like them, who else?
Gut.
Rompe Prop.
Yeah.
Prop is the shit. Vaginal penetration of an amylus with a musty carrot.
That's crazy, man. Is that a band name or is that a song?
I'm into the weird shit. So like 5 Stabbed, 4 Corpses, they have like Sambo influence. They have like Latin dance like influence in with gore grind. They do the frogs. They do like pig squeal. Who else is good? Rectal Schmegma. Freaking Cerebral Enema from Berlin.
Cerebral Enema. Good.
Cerebral Enema's sick. He throws a fest that we need to get on.
Yeah, he does actually.
Let's see.
He's always throwing shows.
Who else? There's just like so many bands like that. You're putting me on the spot right now.
It's all good.
Talk About Torture is like the first.
The Guinea Pig Boys.
Oh, Guinea Pig, man. Guinea Pig is sick. And even check out Francesco, the guitarist from Guinea Pig, his old band, Ultimo Mondo Cannibal. I fucking love that goddamn band. And
Crazy.
like, dude, they're just nasty. And Guinea Pig is kind of like they're more streamlined. They almost sound like new metal gore grind. They have like really low tuned guitars, fucking pitch shifted vocals.
Yeah. Lots of groove.
Oh, dude, grooviest shit. Fucking Deflowered is nasty. They're real nasty. Like their new album, they just put out Lysergic Acid Dreams or whatever it is. I can't remember the exact title.
They're from Texas, right?
They're from Dallas, yeah. Deflowered.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking
Riley,
cool.
shout out Riley.
Yeah, no, he's the man. Friggin', I think Zach, the drum, he drummed in Deflowered for a bit, but they used to drum in Infinectomy for a while too. Fahrenkopf, but he's a good friend of mine. So
another fucking band that I take like my vocal inspirations is basically like anything from Putrid Pile to like fucking Alien Fucker. Alien Fucker is my
like top
Cemetery
3.
Rapist.
Fucking
Cemetery
Rapist.
So like
These guys.
I take all of my inspiration from like Clay and Alien Fucker and fucking Chris Buttersworth from Crepitation. Chris Butters, he's a fucking maniac. And dude, Crepitation, they had the 2 vocalist attack. One does the crickets.
Chirps.
And oh, dude, they're impossible.
Yeah, it sounds like an alien. It literally sounds like an alien's absorbing you.
Yeah.
What are the other influences? So for the other members, like you guys, what kind of influences are you bringing? If you name top 3 for this project, start with the guitarist.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like our stuff guitar wise doesn't really fall into anything. I don't mean to be like
hell yeah
ego-y about it, but like
no. You're going off instinct.
It's like basically like taking like a Black Sabbath riff and just putting it in drop A and just slow, very groovy, like not complicated in any way. So it's like I would hate to say that one of these bands is my influence because they're way better than what we're doing or what I think that we're doing, but like yeah, it's a little different.
Guttalax is like your main, I'd say, for this project, but like all these guys, I listen to like a bunch of weird shit. All these guys are like from other genres and shit. Like he used to be in a deathcore band. Spoiler alert. Dude,
Spoiler alert.
Annie and Ethan were like prog death, the sickest tech prog death, like frickin' like I don't know. We all come from like. See, I'm also like old school. I listen to a lot of old school death metal, like Deicide and shit like that. So it's like,
Deicide.
That's kind of like I wanted to emulate Glenn Benton when I was like in high school. I wanted to be Glenn Benton. I wanted to be Phil Anselmo or Glenn Benton. That's
hell yeah.
Yeah, Phil Anselmo kind of ruined.
Not filling.
Kind of ruined.
He's a little bit canceled right now, I think. But hey, it's the wine. It was the wine.
Till 2016.
He's giving his heart. He's giving his heart out to the crowd. Manny, what are like some kind of influences you're like listening to and bringing to this project?
Well,
say?
I've been listening to metal for a long time. I'm old, so I have been in all over the place, man. But I like death metal. I mean, one of my main influences is Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Of Cannibal. I mean, Rex Brown from Pantera. I mean, talking about Cancellation. His tone is superb. I mean, both of them. I love their rigs are very simple, and that's what I try to do also with Mysteryxmeat. I don't try to invent a wheel, and I like I'm a tone chaser, but I rely on what I have, which is not much. So
no, feel it. Like you're not overthinking it. You're not overthinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just want to sound good. I try to complement the guitars and the drums for many years, and we kind of mesh very well together. I think with the sound I have and the sound he has.
Yeah,
and that's what I look after.
That's fucking sick. Friggin' Ethan, what kind of music were you playing before you joined this band?
It was mostly like progressive, technical, melodic death metal shit. Okay. I like everything. I actually got to scratch off a bucket list item and see Willie Nelson over in New Braunfels this last weekend. That was pretty dope. Oh, yeah. So 92 and still going at it, But
inspiration.
I like everything. I try to draw from different genres and focus less on like the technicality of it, although there's still blast beats and double bass and stuff that's fun for me to play and a bit of a challenge, but again, just not overdoing it. The whole ethos for like my style of writing for the band and for Austin's, for everyone who's contributing together in this band, with to keep it relatively simple and fun and energetic and catchy, and like the kind of music that you might hear the riff a couple times and then you could be able to like hum it back to someone. The
songwriting is focused on the songwriting pretty much.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
I just want to add something that this band, I have been playing in bands since I was 17 years old. Mm-hmm. This is the funnest or the more fun group of people I have been playing with. I mean, zero stress and very, very nice, very relaxing.
And it seems like you guys are growing so fast too. Like there's so much momentum already behind the project,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's really funny how like sometimes the things that you don't expect to blow up and to gain momentum, those are the things that do, and what can you do? You just gotta strike when the iron's hot. No, not overthinking, right?
How proud of the guys I am because like I said, I didn't have anything to do with the writing of the first album, and to see the amount of traction that's already gotten in just over a month's time is incredible. So I'm super proud of these guys and super grateful to be here, and looking forward to this new EP and being able to write and contribute on that level, and looking forward to what the future holds for Mysteryxmeat.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Freaking the new EP, like what kind of direction are you guys going in? What are like the plans for it? And I guess another question too. So you guys being from Houston, like kind of in the overall scene, where do you guys see yourself in that ecosystem pretty much? And sort of where this new direction you're going in with your artwork, how do you see that? Where do you see its place in this bigger picture?
So the EP is a bit different. I wouldn't say it's a lot different. We have some
It's
stuff.
not a big departure, but it's
we have there's 2 songs on the EP that's really a lot more aggressive, but it's still overall like very melodic, very headbangable. Like it's not something that's like technical, but it's heavy, it's fast, it's nasty, it's groovy, and just it's not like a huge departure like he said, but it's definitely a little something. Because I felt like bringing Ethan in with kind of his background on stuff, like we actually did do a lot of work together as far as, hey, I'm going to send you this stuff. What do you think? Let's put our heads together. What's the best way to attack this? What do you think about drums on this thing? How can I change to kind of complement what you're doing, and vice versa? Instead of it, the first time it was literally just, I wrote everything out, sent it out, recorded it, it was done.
Collaborative. It's collaborative.
Marco sent the drums back, and then that's the
That
song.
was it.
Like,
no input. You just send it off and you get back what you get. But like here, we've actually had time. We went to the studio. We worked things out. Like it's much more cohesive, I believe. Not the first album wasn't, but it's just the process was cohesive.
Yeah, it's a team. It's a team.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Marco sounds real familiar. Where's he based out of?
He does Waking. He does 6 Feet Under. He's done like
millions of bands.
He's like the Cadaver drummer.
Brain Drill.
Yeah, Brain Drill.
He's done like everything.
He was in the Facebook for a while. I mean, he's done everything. Super cool guy. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who Lord Marco is then.
He gets a lot of flack for being a troll, but he's a good. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's all right. He's a good guy.
He does his thing. But yeah,
hell of a
drummer.
So like so here's a little backstory. When I sent him the stuff, he was like, I have this idea. I'm like, what is it? He's like, no toms. I'm like, I literally wrote like a big tom break part in the middle of one of these songs. What do you mean no toms? He's like, no toms, just snare only and cymbals. That's it. I'm like
we're gonna be epicardiectomy.
Yeah, I was like, he sent it back, and I'm like, damn, that fucking snare solo fill you did was super sick. So whatever. That sounds cool, man. But that was it. That was basically all the input I gave him, and then we got back the album. And that's it.
Cool. You know, I want to ask you guys about the equipment that you've been using, because I've thought about putting together a little mini drum kit myself, where it's just a snare and a kick and cymbals and hi-hat, and that's it. I play guitar primarily, but let's start with you, Chungus. Freaking, what's your rig for this? What are you playing through? Strings are you using?
Right now I am on my EVH 300 watt, and then I just bought a Vader cab, which should be here any day.
Amazing. What kind of speakers you got in that?
I did the Carnage setup, so it's like I think it's the Man of War and the Texas Heat X.
You guys gotta get that custom logo plate made out. You gotta get your Mysteryxmeat logo up there, and I can see those other bands doing.
It's coming.
Yeah. That's cool. That's some good tone. No pedals, just straight into the amp.
Literally just a noise gate.
The basic.
That amp does everything we need and more. It's got so much gain, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
You don't really need nothing else. I mean, that's it.
Put it on the 666 setting and it fucking rips.
Yeah, you just set it up and let it rip.
Yeah. Friggin' Manny, what's your main bass? What are you playing through?
I play a Spectre 5LX.
Death metal bass.
Yeah, I love that bass. That's my dream bass. I tune and drop A. I go through B7K Ultra.
The glass tubes right there.
Yeah, I also use a clone. I don't know if you're familiar with I think it's a harmonizer from Dark Glass.
Oh, that's cool. No, I didn't know they made a harmonizer. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Team. Yeah, I got a clone for Timo. It was like $40.
Okay.
It's a pedal.
Sometimes those work. I mean, the mover stuff works great too. I think. I mean, what? How does this harmonizing thing work? So, like, can you go a little bit more into that? I've never heard anybody harmonize their bass lines.
It's like a booster a little bit. It's an EQ booster.
Okay.
Just
all right.
Doing a little bit. I don't use too much effects. I just like the B7K because it gives you that. It's like the growl and the deep end.
Drives it a little bit harder. Yeah.
Yeah. The bottom end on the bass is very good pedal. I have tried so many distortions. I think that's the best overdrive out there, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Dark Glass, if you hear these, please. Thank you.
Yeah, endorse Mysteryxmeat. Get that porno grind. Get that porno grind money.
And
30 cents.
Groovy gore grind.
Yeah, groovy gore grind. Groovy gore grind.
And
I know, right?
I think
Ethan, what are you drumming on, man?
Go ahead.
Probably a little divisive in the metal community at large, but I have been really enjoying my hybrid kits that I use, like the mesh heads and a Roland module. It's like a combination of EF Note and Roland electronic drum pads, and then acoustic cymbals that are like the heavily perforated. So they're fully acoustic, but they're like about 70%. Also lighter, a lot easier to transport.
Yeah.
I'll show you real quick. Actually, this is my my home kits.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Blurry, but yes.
I found that especially for some of these smaller venues, even if you have a great sound engineer and great equipment and everything, like in these smaller, like, physically tighter spaces, there's a lot of reverberation, a lot of noise on stage, and a lot of bleed in those mics and everything. And to have a hybrid kit, and like I just give DI output signals to the board, and they get clean snare, kick, and toms, and it just sounds consistent. It sounds, the samples are fat and just always sound.
Everyone's using triggers anyways today, so it's like
and with the kick, I have it like a regular trigger, like most death metal or extreme metal drummers would have, and then for the snare and the toms, I'm actually able to dial it in so that because I do play with a fair amount of dynamics, and you'll hear that on this new EP. I try to add a little bit of nuance and dynamic variation in my playing, and then so it's not just it's not a binary, like you either hit it or you don't, and like as soon as you just like tap it, it's like bing, like 127. Yeah. So some people might try to call me out being like a cheater for triggering everything, but it's like whatever, man. It works well for me, and it's allows me to play with my style and like still get the dynamic range that I want, and it's a lot more transportable and easily moved around, and helps control like the noise on the stage itself. So I've been enjoying that for my home studio use and for live use as well. So
gotta be way more convenient, because I mean, do you guys? I mean, I know have all of you toured? Because I mean, you've been in different projects and stuff. So have any of you do you guys have experience being out on the road?
I've been on like one tour, and it wasn't even for any band that I was in. It was for coprocephalic mutation over in the UK.
Oh, you were the rich guy?
It was when Hate Diplomacy, Don Campins, they're like a hardcore death. They're kind of like a hybrid death metal hardcore. I wouldn't call them deathcore because they're different, but like anyway, they went on tour in the UK, and coprocephalic and colpoclasis were the local openers for the tour. And
that's cool.
And I was just gonna tag along to do like a vocal feature for him, and then fucking Sam fired Barney from the band. Sam fired Barney from the band, and then was like, "Guess what? Can't you fucking doing vocals with a tool?" So I had to.
There you go.
Like, dude, I don't even know your set. And he's like, "Whatever, it's just fucking slam."
Yeah, just improv that shit, man. Freestyle.
Don't even worry about it, Matt. And then I'm like. And so I'm like, we're like the local opener for like the Leeds show. And I'm like, "What's up, everyone? I'm American." And everyone's like, what the fuck? This guy. And then like
George Washington edition.
Like Don Campin and fucking everybody in his band, they're like, "Wait, why are you an American?" Like, and just immediately, like, we're like,
"This fucking Yankee over here." God damn, right?
It was hilarious.
Invading our country. Shit.
So that's like the only. We played Leeds, we played Manchester, and I think that was it. I think it's just like two. We were like just two shows on that tour. But whatever.
Yeah, that counts, man. Honestly, Ethan, trying to keep it light and stuff. Like when you guys do hit the road, like you will appreciate that stuff more, because it's conserving energy is definitely a big part of being able to put on a good show every tour. I mean, like I do. Like what are the plans for the future? So like, let's say like in a year, where do you hope the band will be?
Shoot, I want to play OEF.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll fucking throw up on stage. I swear to God.
All right, go GG Allen on them.
I swear to God, man. Like that crowd makes me want to throw up just thinking about like being in front of that dude. Like I don't know.
Oh, that's because they're all posers or what?
What's up?
Because they're all posers over there or what?
No, like, just dude, fucking just from nerves, bro. Like,
from nerves. Yeah, I feel it now. I think you guys would kill it. You guys would be fine.
So. Thank you, man.
But yeah. Oh yeah. So hopefully you guys will be, touring and doing stuff like that.
Like I think the most people I've ever performed in front of was like what 300 people. Like nothing big.
That's a lot, man. Honestly, 300 people. That's a shit ton of people, man. That's a big. That's like big ass audience, dude. That is a big ass audience right there. So definitely don't discount that. I guess I've done a handful of tours myself, but yeah, it's just you're on the right path. You guys are doing it right, and freaking 300 people. That is a ton. That's more than I've played in front of, man. I'll give you that much.
I definitely sent your guys' music to See You Next Tuesday just now, so sorry I've been quiet.
I'm showing you your guys the emo stuff. Yeah, I'll send your shit to
Are we
Underoath.
like homies with them? I think I'm friends with the guitarist of See You Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, Drew?
Yeah.
What kind of art and like stuff are you guys consuming? Just like to entertain yourself. What kind of movies and books are you into? What kind of music do you listen to? I guess.
Anybody want to go first before I vomit nerd shit?
Yeah, give it to everything. Give it to me all.
I like Stoic philosophy and Viktor Frankl. I picked up several of his books.
Who's the author again?
Viktor Frankl.
Okay, cool. What kind of stuff does he write about?
The first one I started with was Man's Search for Meaning, and it was partially about like his experience in the internment camps in Auschwitz and several others.
Oh, it's crazy.
Holocaust and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get all sad over here.
Yeah, it's lost it to yeah, it's lost to man. I gotta check that out. Manny, what are you into, man?
Well, I'm into music. I'm a collector of posters, rock posters. What else? I listen to a lot of music. I'm from Venezuela originally, so I listen to a lot of music. A lot of
Back home.
Like merengue, salsa. Also metal, country. Right now, I'm getting into country.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, I read a lot at work, so I don't read much at home. So at the end of the day, I'm kind of blur in my brain. So I'm okay with reading right now.
That's fucking dope, man. All right.
Yeah,
I heard this.
You got to remember, these guys are real old. I'm pointing this way because it's
It's all good. It's got a lot of stuff. It's got a lot of stuff. It's all good, man. I want to hear it all. That's what we're here.
I'm basically just into like Dune and Dune related fucking things like Star Wars and like
like epic sci-fi shit. What did you think of the movies? Did you like the movies?
I don't just, dude. I don't even get me started on the movies. The Denis Villeneuve movies. Fake departure from the books. It's insane.
Okay.
I don't know. Beyond that, like,
so you're a Lynch fan then? You like the Lynch?
I like the fucking books by Frank Herbert.
Okay. Look that poser shit. No, I feel it, man. You read the whole series?
I've read up to like the fourth one, God Emperor. I've read God Emperor. I haven't read the last two. I heard they get really fucking wild.
Yeah, so I hear.
Like, I heard the last book, there's like women with like vibrating vaginas that can fucking, the second you feel the vibrations in the air from their fucking clitorises, that
wait.
it turns you into a sex slave, and then and dude, they weaponized their libidos. Like,
that's crazy.
This is literally Frank Herbert writing this shit.
Yeah, he's like his fantasy basically. He's projecting his fantasy onto the
weird
onto the page.
It's like,
hey, what kind of shit
Dune,
shocks you?
It's like Dune 1 and 2 political, Dunes 3 and 4 philosophical, Dunes 5 and 6 weirdly horny.
Yeah. As it go down. What kind of shit shocks you? Like as someone who makes the kind of art that you make, like what kind of stuff you're like, damn, like that's like crazy, like mind blowing to you guys. Like what would you say pushes the boundaries for your guys' mind?
I don't know.
Grew up on the internet. There really ain't much out there.
So much desensitized.
Dude, I'm so old. I found porn in the woods when I was a kid.
Yeah,
That's the kind of you ever gone in the woods and find porn?
Shit.
Just random porn.
So, just walking through,
like, It's just a fucking Walmart bag full of porno mags in the woods. You're like, what is that?
You know, a homeless guy probably boosted that shit, and like that's what like it's storing it as his jack off. You found his.
We're like 8-year-old kids. We're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Jackpot.
Yeah. So it was like, did you spend like a lot of time on like 4chan and Newgrounds and?
Oh, I did back in the dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the Habbo invasion, man. The Habbo Hotel invasion.
I'm old enough to remember that shit.
When everybody closed the pool due to sting raids.
Crazy, yeah. You know, honestly, it's so funny how the internet's so fractured now, and it doesn't really have that monoculture anymore. And 4chan's gone. 4chan's gone.
It's actually gone now. That's
I think Kiwi Farms though, like I don't know, there's something maybe it's just because I'm older, but like there's something sinister about Kiwi Farms. I don't know. Like I just
7chan was even more fucked up.
After because I spent a little time on the B board on 4chan, but like because I was a little bit of a shit poster when I was younger, but like I grew out of it eventually, and
7chan is a fucked up hentai and shit.
Yeah. It's just the internet can get pretty crazy, and like once the mind is stretched beyond its original, its dimensions, it's never going to go back to its original shape. You know what I'm saying? Like
same with buttholes.
Yeah, it's really crazy because I think like in within these like so my kids who are growing up on their iPads and stuff, like I wonder what kind of like art, like what will be shocking art for them, like what their version of like what you guys are doing will be and what it'll sound like
red ass pussies, but with fucking just big alien whores. I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, I sometimes
this
wonder
trans ass pussy or something. I don't know. Who knows, dude? Who knows?
Man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. Who really knows? But it's
man-made horrors, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Elon sex bots, dude.
And then he's the Emperor of Mars, Yeah. Yeah, freaking. Maybe you guys should write about that stuff. That should be your space opera. You should write a space opera.
There you go.
That's what fucking pussies.
The grooving Gornoy space opera.
I dig it.
That was a little bit of a digression, but yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Freaking.
Good idea. I'm stealing it.
That got me.
There you go. You get the scoop here first. Yeah. Freaking. I don't really have any more questions. Freaking. I want to see you guys live. I want to see you guys tour. I want to see you guys play more shows and keep releasing new stuff. When's the new album coming out? I should ask. Like, when can we expect this release?
Dude, it's supposed to have been on a split, but we don't know when the other bands will be ready.
You're already waiting, so you're just waiting on it. You have new shit.
I don't want to mention the other bands yet because I don't know what's up, but
it's all good. No, it's all good.
They're homies and they're really awesome, and it's supposed to have been a 4-way split with 4 songs from each band, but one of the bands have a
whole EP. You guys basically have a whole EP that you're sitting on right now, waiting to get released. Hopefully soon.
Pretty much.
Would you guys ever sign to a label or?
It would just depend. It would all just depend.
Yeah.
Yeah. There. With a little bit.
We finished drums last week, and then plan on doing bass this Saturday, right? And possibly vocals on Sunday.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's pretty.
We're gonna demo vocals soon.
Fast for you guys. Shit.
I'm just getting over being sick, which is horrible. So hopefully my voice will be ready by next week.
Oh man, it sounds like you got some time, but I mean that's cool that you guys are moving fast on that stuff, and hopefully we can hear those 4 songs soon.
It's 5.
Yeah,
it's 5.
5. Shit, 5 songs. Yeah, drop that shit. We need it. We need it now. Who should we be checking out from Houston or from Texas in general? What are some bands that you guys like?
First off, big shout out fucking Stabbing. Shout out Matt. Shout out Aaron. Shout out Marvin. Shout out Bridget.
I like them better with Merle and
homies. Those are our homies. If you talk shit about my homies, I'll come for you, dog. I'll come for you.
We like Stabbing. Wait, we stab. You're hearing it now. Freaking any slander you hear, it's fake news media against Stabbing. We fully endorse Stabbing.
Dude,
they have our support and love.
Between them and the band, why are you gonna get in between it when you don't even barely know them? You guys, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. It's really, it's between them and whatever. I personally get along with both of them, and I think they're great. So shout out.
Anyway, but
yeah, shout out Stabbing.
Marvin's worn our Mystery Meat shirt on stage with fucking Devourment, dude.
Dude, that's sick, man. That's real love right there, dude. That's real love right there.
We got our shirt and both the new Stabbing music videos.
Yeah,
come out next year.
That's crazy. Have you guys even been a band for like a year? Yeah, or
we played our first show
almost
in September.
2 years. We've barely just started playing shows. We started writing the music about almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are still new. Yeah, you guys are very okay. That's sick.
It's been on the back burner, like a little bit because we had a hellacious time finding a producer to mix it and make it
sound good,
sound what we thought it should sound like. Big ups, Otten, love you.
Oten.
Oten.
I don't know how you say his name. He's
what's the studio?
He produced Gutalax's album, and so
okay, cool.
We're like, hey. Just put us through the Gutalax filters or whatever you got.
Whatever you did, the Gutalax filter.
Make us sound.
Using the Gutalax mastering suite.
Oten, he's in the band Pigsty. Look up that band.
Okay. Shout out Pigsty too. All right, cool.
OG.
Cool.
And, another band, Septicopymia. Our logo was drawn by the singer of Septicopymia. They're a Russian gore grind band. Check them out. They're really fucking cool.
That's dope.
Dahmer.
Art by Carl Dahmer from Dahmer Art. Shout out to Carl. He's a fucking genius artist.
Yeah.
Who else do we love?
But from Houston, Architectural Genocide. They're brutal death metal. I was in one of their music videos. Let's see.
They got a new album coming.
They have a new album coming out too. Who else? Necrodulistic Anomaly, dude. Look out for Necrodulistic Anomaly.
Necrodulistic Anomaly. That's
they have the craziest name, dude. Necrodulistic Anomaly is amazing. They're putting out good shit. Shout out State of Filth. State of Filth is sick.
Yeah, State of Filth is cool.
Fucking dude, I'm gonna get Divine Void. Shout out to the homies in Divine Void.
Dude, shout out everybody. Take your time.
San Antonio, Cheese Grater Masturbation. Look up Cheese Grater Masturbation.
Fucking dude, yes. These are some good shout outs, man. Yeah,
they're fucking awesome. Shout out to the boys in Prophecy and Texas Murder Crew. Yeah. They're not from Houston, but we just played a show with them.
Freaking when I come out to NSE Fest, Gary, you guys should come through and hang out because I'm gonna be stagehanding there. So definitely.
Dude, I saw you. I talked to you briefly at Texas Domination Fest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back at the Haltom Theater again. So hopefully, man, we can hang out some more and talk some. I'll give you some music too, man. But like, yeah, just gotta catch up and
Haltom is actually a really, really cool venue. It's like the stage is massive. I don't know.
It's big ass stage, big ass floor, and there's always a good time in there. Like always good vibes. So
a lot of big asses.
Yeah. You guys, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for coming on here and talking to us about all the stuff you guys do. And like we can expect some new music soon, right?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
All right.
Shout out Mickle, Guttural Slug. Right. What's up, boy?
Yeah. What's up, man? All right, dude. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, we can talk again soon. And
guys, I forgot to shout out
the Wild Man.